Welcome to another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 50-year-old from Cuckfield, West Sussex, England. His hockey journey has for sure taken him to England, Wales, and he's in Scotland now, and probably Northern Ireland. He's been running amok of the highways all over the UK and Europe since '94. He's traveled with international cricket, football, cycling, and Team GB in Taekwondo. But he is best known as the best and funnest bussy in the EIHL with the chocolatey Manchester Storm. And he's been revolutionizing road trips for the players with one of my favorite teams since 2015, living out his childhood dream and running amok as a coach driver. Welcome to my kitchen, Greg Bold.
Hey, big dog.
How are you, sir? Nice to
No,
meet
not
you.
too bad. Not too bad.
So you just rolled into Fife, I guess the Kingdom of Fife, or it's called
The Kingdom of Fife, yeah,
in
about 5 minutes
Kirkcaldy.
ago. About 5 minutes ago.
So the boys just grabbed their bags and they're off to get warmed up then.
Yeah, off to get changed.
So you showed up at perfect time again, or what?
Yeah, bang on time.
I was always curious about how bussies do that. Do you once you're comfortable at when time you're going to get there, do you just put the cruise control a little bit lower or a little bit higher, or what?
I did that today, yeah, because I was running a bit early today, so.
So you were just cruising, kind of like taking the back roads around here.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be 2 hours before face-off, so.
Yeah, that's still the same, eh? Yeah. So then what do you usually do with the fellas when you're not coming to my kitchen, which I'm in the kitchen today because I got 5 kids in the house. So if I get distracted, sorry, it's a day off school today. So I got a big play date happening here. So then we could do this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you usually do when the fellas go into the rink? Then what do you do?
Go and watch them normally.
But what do you do for the 2 hours to kill beforehand?
Normally tidy the bus up, get it ready for the journey back.
Yeah.
Get the hot dogs out, get the beers out.
So do they get beers only for wins, kind of like chocolate, or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So they have to earn their beer like chocolate.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That makes sense. So I get into how we know each other. I think it was a tweet that said Greggy bus ready to roll. And I saw the pictures of that bus you're in right now, and my goodness, it is fancy looking, eh?
It's a big dog. I'll give you a tour in a bit.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So you got pretty well everything you need in there, eh? It's basically
we got everything.
Yeah, a little kitchen.
Yeah.
So the other way we know each other is we decided you're gonna come to the shed, and your first message to me made me laugh out loud. Do you want to say what you said?
I can't remember.
No?
No.
Well, with Pride Night just happened, you said I was the original
Gay in the village.
Right. And you said, yeah. Your whole message really made me laugh out loud, though.
So today was the fun.
Oh gosh. Anyways, your text messages were hilarious. And I could tell how close you are with the players. That's important on a team. It takes everybody to win.
Yeah.
So who are you tight with this season? Who's sitting up front with you?
No one really sits up front. I'm in like my own little world down the front here.
Right. So they're up top, eh?
Ginham, Mikey Mo sit sort of like downstairs. And then all the boys are upstairs.
What about Ginner?
He sits downstairs sort of behind me. I don't know, Scoots has just come on.
Who's there?
Scoots the kit man.
Oh, we still got to get Scoots on. Hey, Scoots, is your nickname Scoots because you pooped your pants once, or no? Yeah. Is he gone?
Yes, it is apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. So he must have taken over that job then once Deese left, eh? And happy birthday to Deese. Today's Deese's
Yeah, it's
birthday.
Deese's birthday today. Deese dog.
Yeah, what a legend. So you know him, eh? He was around when
Yeah, I
you
know Deese.
what are
I
your
know
thoughts on
everybody.
him?
He's okay.
Oh man. So the other way we know each other though is we do have a lot going on in Manchester these days. My head of marketing, Jake, is from Manchester and he's running a muck around that town, giving chocolate out to all the players, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Love a bit of chocolate.
What's your favorite chocolate bar? I've had chocolate thrown on the ice for players, for I guess match night announcers, but never had
All
it
right,
for a
you
bus driver.
Yorkie bars.
Yorkie bars, what's that?
Yorkie bars. I'll show you. I've got one here. Look.
Oh, I've never had that before.
They're good.
What is
They're
it
not as
like?
big as they used to be, though.
What are we talking? Caramel, peanuts? What's in there?
Just chocolate.
It's just chocolate,
It's
straight up.
chocolate, but it's like big chunks.
Oh, okay.
Not for girls. That's what they used to advertise it as. When we're allowed to.
Well, if there's Yorkies that hit the ice next win, then we'll know it's for you, right? And then
Yeah,
we'll have had chocolate thrown on the ice for a bus driver, right? Or a coach
There's
driver.
always Yorkies on the Greggy bus.
Yeah.
I get my box every week.
Really? You got a bit of a sweet tooth, do you?
Yeah.
Well,
Chocolate
then
for the
maybe we
boys.
can save you some money and people can throw it on the ice for you so you don't have to buy it, right?
Yeah, and it's just like collect it up in the bag.
Well, that's one of my questions then. When as a driver, you probably have some serious time where you're behind the wheel. How do you stay alert and sharp? Is it eating Yorkies?
Yeah, eating Yorkies, drinking lots of water.
Water though, doesn't that make you
tea.
piss? What are you doing? Gatorade bottles?
Yeah, I should actually have to pull over on the lay-by the other week going to Nottingham.
I know gentlemen I played with that when they had like the cross country trip at the start of the season to go wherever, they would pee in Gatorade bottles while driving down the highway so they wouldn't have to stop.
No, I just pulled over on the side of the road in the lay-by. And Guinness like, where you going? And they're like, I've got to pee. Well, you gotta go, you gotta go.
So it's mainly water though. You're not getting into like coffee, energy drinks, nothing, eh?
Tea is my drink, I suppose.
Right. I guess
I
you're
like a nice
British,
cup
right?
of tea. Being
Tea.
English, nice cup of tea.
Right. What, a certain kind of tea or just straight up tea?
Bit partial to Earl Grey tea.
Earl Grey, eh? If I'm ever gonna
or
tea,
English
I'm a green
breakfast.
guy.
All right.
Yeah. Don't do it enough though. You know, should do it more. So yeah, it's been kind of fun getting to know the Storm. You guys have a great little hockey family around there, eh?
It's good. It's good. Really, really nice.
Lucy, do you want to come on? One of my star players from this hockey season, my under-9 gals team, is here right now. If she just wants to meet you quick. This is Lucy.
Hey. How's it going?
So Lucy's been playing winger for me, right? Scoring big goals, right? Have we lost the game yet? Do you hear that, Greggy? Haven't lost the game yet.
Haven't lost the game yet. You want to play for the Storm?
Okay, well, I'll keep chatting with them. You girls have fun. Anyways, I should switch
the headphones here. There. You back?
I'll have a word with Genna, get her signed up.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. She's her and my daughter Zoe play great together. Yeah. Zoe's ripping around at center. Lucy's protecting the puck on the wing, taking it to the net.
Got another one coming in now.
Who's coming in now?
Bricknell.
Who?
Jake Bricknell.
Jay Bricknell?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, do I? Is he a player?
He's in the team.
Yeah.
Player.
I haven't met him yet. Tell him to come to the shed. Is he playing tonight? Why is he on the bus?
Staying here, yeah. The Luca's upstairs.
Folks, this is as real as it gets.
Like Piccadilly Circus.
So you're pretty well parked by where the deep fried Mars bars are, eh?
Yeah, right outside there.
Yeah, because I remember when I first played there, Doug Clarkson is like, we got to go try these deep fried Mars bars. We got to go try them. I'm like, all right. We went and did it. I felt dirty and gross after. And it's like, if I'm a hockey player, if I'm gonna get fat, I'd rather it be drinking beers with the boys than eating deep fried Mars bars, you know?
Exactly, me too.
Yeah. So anywho, it is a small world that you're sitting right there, and I know exactly where you're sitting. Weird, eh? Cool barn though, isn't it?
It's unique, I would say. Unique.
Yeah. Well, I like it. I think it's one of the best out there. So what's it like for you then when you go into that arena? Because they're not very nice to the players, the away players. Are they nice to you?
Between you and me, it's the only place I don't feel 100% safe.
I
I
agree.
usually
I
stand
could
up,
see that. They're very angry for some reason there.
yeah, I usually stand at the end of the bench next to the boys, next to Downey,
Yeah. Okay.
so they
Downey.
can protect me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are some hostile environments in pro hockey, you know?
Yeah, it's a little bit hostile here.
I'd imagine if the old Toledo arena in the East Coast, I don't even think you'd go into that place as the bus driver. So do you always watch the games then? How knowledgeable are you in hockey?
Um, not very, not very.
Mm. So was it,
Don't ask me any
when did you
rules
get
or
into
anything like
hockey? 2015?
that. 2013 when I started work for Goodwins.
Okay. That's when you got into hockey?
Yeah, when I moved up to Manchester. It's the Manchester Phoenix then.
So
And
what
we
of
used to drive.
oh yeah. So do you know who Jeff McMillan is?
No,
Really? Maybe
no.
I'm the wrong team. Anyways, one of my questions is though, is that you drive different sports around. Isn't it
Yeah,
interesting the different cultures between the sports?
yeah,
So
yeah.
hockey's totally different than say you're taking football, soccer players around, or say I would say rugby and hockey have more similar cultures than the others, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hockey's my favourite
Um,
teams to drive.
is it?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because they're more normal, down to earth.
Are the other people not normal?
No,
They don't think they're
no,
normal. They think they might
they're,
be a bit
they're a
uppity
bit off
ups.
themselves, some of them.
Well, I guess probably because they make way more money than us too, right?
There is, there is a story to go with the England cricket team that I told someone where to go. One
You
of the
told one of the
players.
players that
Yeah,
well,
he was being a bit naughty. So I told him what to do. And then I thought maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I phoned up my boss and he phoned up the head woman at the ECB. And she said, no, don't take any shit from him.
right.
And then when he come back on the coach, he apologised to me. And even to this day, every time he sees me, he goes, hello, Greg. How are you, Greg? So he must have got told off.
Yeah. Well, if you're a punk, you're being a punk, right?
Yeah.
So do you get that very often where there's people just rude people?
Not on hockey. Not
No.
on hockey. Football, you get it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Some of the football players, they think they're sort of something special, but they're not. Just because they've got lots of money,
they just play
think
a
they can
sport
do what they
good.
want.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
just good at a sport. That doesn't make them special.
yeah, they're not special in my book.
I agree. So what else do I got though? The one of your poster picks was food. Is that you cooking that meal?
Yeah, that's all my own homemade
Really?
cooking.
There's roast beef. That looked like there was turkey. There was ham, and you had like the roasted veggies. But then what was that other thing on there? That plate? Do you know?
Roast potatoes,
Roast
Yorkshire
potatoes,
pudding,
Yorkshire pudding. What
Yorkshire
that's got to
pudding.
be what it was because I didn't know what that was. It didn't. What is that?
It didn't look very much like a Yorkshire pudding because it's like only about my third attempt at making them.
Well, what's a Yorkshire pudding? I don't even know what that is.
It's like egg, um, flour, egg, and a bit of salt and pepper. Mix that with some milk.
That
and then
sounds like
tip it
pasta.
into like a tray, and it like rises up. It's a
Huh.
bit like pancake mixture actually,
Yeah, I figured that was the starch of the meal when I was looking at it.
but you like bake it in the oven and it like rises up.
Okay.
It's an
Um,
English thing.
yeah, I don't know that. I wouldn't mind trying it someday, you know?
Yeah, they're good. In Manchester at Christmas, they do Yorkshire pudding wraps, which is like a big Yorkshire pudding, and they put like a roast dinner inside it and like roll it up.
And you're saying it's almost like a pancake mixture type deal. So it's
Yeah, yeah, but it goes sort of like more brown than pancakes because obviously it's baked in the oven.
okay. Well, that's cool. My dog can open doors, so he's trying to open up the door. I gotta let him out here. Sorry about this. Well, I like to hear about food. I don't know about that. So what if you were gonna say your best dishes that you make, what is it?
That's probably a roast dinner. Roast
Like
dinner
what you
or
had in that picture?
yeah, or lamb shank. The story that goes with that is obviously I've been driving the boys for about 7 years. Um, Dallas, Dallas, Dallas Earhart.
Yeah.
He's been on at me for like the last 7 years, looking at my Instagram, saying, "When are you going to cook me a roast dinner? When are you going to cook me a roast dinner?" So I gave in to him this season and cooked him a dinner about 2 months ago, I suppose.
And you went with the roast then? What did you
I went
roast?
with the roast beef. I went with then,
Yeah. With the
and I got
your vegetables that you had in that picture looked like high-end vegetables. Those look cooked perfectly.
yeah, they love my roast vegetables because I put chili on them.
Mm,
I
yeah.
get like a grinder thing that like grinds chili and salt and garlic.
You're making me hungry right now.
They love them.
Oh, no, and it's cool that you're having nights out with some of the guys on the team, right? And you're the bus driver because that doesn't happen on every team, you know? And I'm not joking when I say it takes everybody to win. It needs to be a hockey family. That's everybody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you've been around the
definitely.
game long enough, you know that now, eh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So it's a good squad though we got this year, eh? A lot of chocolate happening, a lot of buzz around the storm these days, eh?
A lot of chocolate going on. Yeah,
So did you go to any of the home games?
yeah. I go to most of the home games if I'm not working.
So you are a fan of the team, and it's because they're your friends too, right? It's like
Honest.
when I like watching hockey, it's when I know the people. I like watching the kids around here that I know. I like I would rather watch people I know play hockey.
I'm a super fan.
Are you?
Yeah,
Have you ever thrown chocolate on the ice?
I have. Yes, yes,
Oh,
I have.
good. Thank you. Good.
Big
It,
handful
it
of
takes
chocolate.
everybody, folks. Get your chocolate out. I want this to get really carried away, like really carried away.
I
Push the
usually
envelope.
try to hit the boys when I throw it.
You try and hit them. Have you got anybody
Yeah,
yet?
I throw Yorkie bars. I hit Critch on the back of the head last time with a Yorkie bar. That's
Oh,
how I knew
Critch.
it was for
Well,
me.
Critch is the guy that started all this.
Exactly. It's all his fault.
So how your knowledge of hockey? I had this come up with a guy that had watched hockey for like over a year or two. He didn't know what offsides were. Do you know offsides?
No, I ain't got a clue.
Really, eh?
I ain't got a clue. I just watch for the goals and the fights.
Right. And that is what fans like to see, right?
That's
The
all I'm
goals and the
interested
fights.
in.
And body checks too, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That is what people like to see.
yeah, we like a bit of that.
Is there much fighting going on these days?
No, not these days. Not this season.
No.
They need to rough it up a bit. They need some goons.
So let's see here. Poster pics. The bus though that you're on. When are we gonna get to tour? Because I tell you, the picture from like that I posted, I said you were booked the first time, and it says Manchester Storm team coach. Like, man, that thing is a fancy house on wheels.
It is. It definitely is.
Jeepers. So how you that is that your bus all the time then, or is that
Yeah, this is the one I drive all the time.
so how many hours you putting in a week
A week.
behind the wheel?
What actual driving time or working time?
I don't know how big of a difference is it, because isn't it? Well, I guess just filling up with gas and meals, and then
I don't
well, you're working right
really
now. You're
do that
sitting
much.
outside an arena. You're not driving, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Probably spend more time sitting around than you do driving, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you come somewhere like Fife, which is like 5 hours drive away. The rest of the time,
Now the dog's letting himself back in. This is horse manure. So there would be a lot of sitting around though. It's a small world, right? When I posted you were coming on, fella, I didn't know, just wrote and said, the Greggy bus, the best party bus in the world. Did you know that? That's what people are saying about you.
It's true. It's all true.
So what kind of nights are we getting into that it's that big of a party on there?
Obviously following the wind.
Oh, you're talking just with the team. This guy wasn't a player. This was just a random.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't know, like outside of hockey, you taking some people to some shindigs, or what's going on that bus? Is it mainly sports teams you drive around?
Yeah, mainly sports teams. Sometimes supporters.
Okay.
But mainly teams.
I'd have to look up who it was that wrote that. Then I can't recall.
Yeah. What happens on the bus stays on the bus.
That is the rule, eh? It's gonna be a tough podcast then if you can't tell me any stories.
I might let a few stories out of the bag.
Well, that's like part of that text message you sent me that made me laugh out loud, like I nearly buckled.
Someone wants to get off the bus. Say hello.
Was that DeLuca? Hey, buddy, keep running amok. You're doing great. I see it over here.
Trying, bud. Trying.
Hey, you were on before the chocolate. What do you like?
I'm like a lion guy. It's actually pretty rare that we get a lion or Reese, so put that out there somehow.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can come back to the shed too. We'll get another shed boost rocking, okay?
Sounds good.
You don't need it right now. Keep going, buddy.
Respect. Thanks, brother.
See you in a bit.
All right. So Lions or Reese. Lion, eh? I don't even know what that one is too. I need to maybe eat more chocolate, I guess.
I don't know if you can still get lion bars.
There's so many chocolate bars in the shed that I had never heard of that keep coming up. I can't believe everybody keeps saying different ones. Oh, weird. What's a lion? Do you know?
Like chocolate and like crispy, like sort of like Rice Krispie cereal type stuff, I think.
Oh, I was thinking maybe it was like,
it's quite chunky, a lion bar.
Is it? I feel like I've seen that package before.
Yeah, he's got like a lion on it.
It's got like a lion head, and it's
okay.
Are the fellas still just walking around, eh? When do they start warming
on the bus, up? Off the bus.
Yeah. What do they forget? You know?
That's it. The bus is empty now.
So you did say though, since you've got, or no, let's stick with the poster picks, eh? The one guy, because I like recommendations for people recommending folks to come to the shed, but one of your poster picks was a guy putting it out there and says, best bus driver I've ever had. So when the research team was getting creepy, that was an Australian cricketer.
Yeah, David Warner.
And he put it out there that you are the best bus driver in the world. So what did you do for him?
That upset my boss.
What?
We've driven the England cricket team and all the visiting international teams since about 1996, 97. My boss driven the Aussies for about 20 years.
Oh, and he said that about you then.
I went out to do my boss's day off.
And that's what the guy sent out there.
And he posted that on Instagram, and he's got about 3 million followers. And my boss got really, really pissed about it. And it's like, he's never said that about me. I've been driving in 20 years. Right. And he didn't talk to me for a little while.
Well, that's not your fault. You're just doing the best you can every time, right?
Exactly. That's what I told him.
So was it interacting with the guy? Was it nice, slow coming up to the stop signs and red lights? Was it the easy acceleration? What did you do?
I don't know. I was just myself, really.
Just hanging out.
As I normally do.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's neat. You must be doing a good job. And one thing you did mention to me is that growing up, you always did want to be a coach driver. And I think passion is passion. And when you have a passion for doing something, you do a much better job at it. And
definitely.
I could see why someone's saying that about you, because you do have a passion for what you do, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
So how did it come up that you knew that's what you wanted to do?
When I went to secondary school, I lived in a little village in the middle of nowhere. So I went to primary school in the village, and at the age of 14, I moved on to secondary school. So obviously, there's a bus to take us to school, and I just sort of like, oh, I could do this job.
Yeah.
I was probably one of the only kids that went to my school that like actually done what they wanted to do.
There's hardly anybody in the world that does what they want to do,
Yeah,
or that
that's
they
what I mean.
wanted to do, right? I got to do it for a while. And you know what? I'm doing it now. I'm doing it right now with you. This is exactly what I want to do all the time. And I love it. I love making memories with people, chatting with people about hockey and life. And someone did reach out to me yesterday and say they wanted to be the main sponsor of the shed and like actually pay me money to talk to my friends and meet people around the world. And it made my heart want to explode because I've been doing this for free for 2 years. And like, to think of actually making money doing something you love is crazy, right?
Yes, you can't put a price on it.
You really can't, right? You don't need to make very much if you just love it, right?
No, if you love what you do,
Yeah,
like I do,
that's living,
like money doesn't really matter.
right?
And the way
Yeah.
the boys are with me, they're like family.
And it is, hockey makes families, right? It's interesting stuff because it's like the team I coached last year, all the kids are on different teams now. And when I see the parents from last year see each other in the arena, when I see the kids from last year see each other, they literally are running up and like hugging each other. And it's like that was the culture we had, that it was a family, and we're still a family, even though that season's over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's like when the boys leave and they go to another team.
Yeah. And then you
Like
see
we've
them
got
on the road, they come up to the bus and say hello.
yeah, or like we play them, and I've seen them afterward, like Mike Hammond and Kieran Long and Adam Brady.
Man, I remember when people were telling me I was going to run out of guys to talk to. The list is so long that I literally can't keep track anymore. And then people keep bringing up more and more names. It's like, you know,
And even when they finish and they retire, I
there's a lot,
still talk to you
and
to them.
that means a lot. I think that when a lot of guys that have a hard time out of the game is because there isn't enough interaction with the friends they've always had. And you always had that team group chat that you're always horsing around with and texting each
Yeah,
other. And then that comes to an end. You don't have that team group chat. And then like a lot of your buddies that you lose track of over the years. There's not much to text about when you're just working Monday to Friday, right? Like until you start a shed and fun things start happening, there's no reason to be
yeah, but
texting each other.
the hockey boys are what I would call true friends.
Yeah.
You know, the friends that you don't see for ages. You may not see them for 4 or 5 years, and then you see them, and it's like you were with them yesterday.
Yes, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And it's going to be exactly like that at Josh Batch's testimonial, May 27th in Cardiff, Wales, when I come over. And I am having a raffle on my website at aleshockeytales.com. And it's a Gratz 99ers team signed jersey that Deese donated, Small World, right? And the money for that will go to Batchy's testimonial fund. So help support him, go hockey.
Cool.
Go
Cool.
Batchy. Yeah. But like when I go over there and see all the boys and then meet new guys, we're just gonna fall right in the pocket,
Yeah,
like it's 2014 again.
yeah, yeah. I like going back in time.
So you call all the guys the big dogs, right?
The big dogs. Yeah. If I like them, they get a nickname.
if you like them, they'll get a nickname, but you
If
call
I
all
like
of them the
they
big
get a
dog.
nickname. So most of them have got nicknames.
How many? What do you think percentage wise is like? It takes a couple months, right? Sometimes maybe to get a nickname, you got to
Yeah,
earn it a bit.
it takes a while to get up there to be classed as a big dog.
Okay, more poster pics. What's the jersey number 18? Dickin.
Taylor Dickin.
Okay, I don't know him.
Taylor Dickin played for the Storm probably about 5 seasons ago.
Okay. And that's your jersey then?
I sponsored his jersey, his away jersey, because
Really?
I thought it'd be rather funny to sponsor Dickin away.
You did it because you thought it was funny?
As a gay man, yeah.
I think that's hilarious too.
And everyone else thought it was funny as well. So
You know what?
do it.
You know what? I'm just thinking out loud now that I might actually make money at some point doing this. I think it'd be I would think it'd be really funny to like sponsor Jesper's jersey next year. 2 ales and hockey tails. We'll get it right on Jesper's jersey,
You should do it. You should do
right?
it.
I wonder how
Yeah.
much it costs to sponsor a guy.
It's on the website. It's on the Storm website on the supporters.
But is it probably like if they already have a guy, then I'm not allowed to be joined to the party? Like say Critch already has a sponsor, am I not allowed to do that then?
Every season at the beginning of the season, they get new sponsors for the kit.
Okay.
And every jersey can have a different sponsor.
Well, now that I'm pretty much in the Storm hockey family, I'm thinking
They
maybe
call
I'll
it-
sponsor a jersey. I bet you it's cheaper to sponsor a
Yes.
jersey for Manchester than it is at Cardiff.
Yeah, it probably is. They call it own and loan. Own and loan.
What?
If you own it and you loan it, and then you get it at the end of the season.
I'd get a jersey at the end of the year too to raffle
You get
off.
their jersey at the end of the season.
The amount of
That's
fun
what
I could
someone got
have
a
is
ticket.
endless out here. You know, I could do so much fun stuff if I had money with it. It's fun when you like. It's like I just got my gal's mini hockey sticks, and it's just all fun, right?
That's all fun.
I'm gonna look into that. Finner, you have to come back to the shed. We'll talk about sponsoring Jersey, right?
Get on to Finner, yeah.
He'd be the guy you
Rhino,
deal
that's
with,
what I
right?
call him. I call
What do
him Rhino.
Oh, because of Ryan.
Yeah,
Rhino.
Rhino Ryan.
I like that there's Finner and Ginner. I
Finner and Ginner.
think that's cute.
Yeah.
Here's another question. I've seen you posting about it. You got cardboard Keefe, Adam Keefe.
Cardboard Keith, yeah. He's here now.
So
Do you wanna see him?
why do you have him? So that's from the badly drawn EIHL guy that was supposed to come to the shed and then he got scared of me, I think.
Did he get scared?
I don't know. He said he got busy that day and then all of a sudden it wasn't happening and he was tied up doing something. And then the trail went cold, but I got sidetracked too and never reached out again. So
I picked him up last week. Let's get him.
you picked up the cardboard Keefe or the badly drawn guy? Look at there. That's Adam Keefe, folks. Badly drawn. And in my shed, I have the one he did of me too. So why do you have that on the bus?
I was here last week, wasn't I? I was in Fife last weekend,
Okay.
and someone put on Twitter the Fife had him here, the Fife supporters, and they put on Twitter as, can someone take him back to Manchester? So I was like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll take him back on the bus.
So this thing's
So I
getting
took
passed
him
around
back
the
on
league.
bus, and I took him down to London during the week. And he's come up here again, and he's going to go to Dundee tomorrow, and then we'll go back to Manchester on Saturday, and then I'll try and pass him on somewhere.
So that thing just gets passed around the league then?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. He's got his own Twitter page and everything. Hashtag cardboard Kiefer.
Oh man, yeah. The UK hockey culture and scene is very different than everywhere else because it's like a big family, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, more poster pics. The boots you were wearing the cow boots.
The cow boots.
Yeah. What are those about? That you wear those?
Yeah, I've got them on now.
Really? Those are your everyday shoes?
These are my hockey boots.
You're not really getting your knee up high enough there. Still can't see them.
Am I not? Let's get out the seat.
Oh yeah, those are slick looking. So,
Now,
those are your everyday shoes? I have everyday shoes too.
no, these are my hockey shoes.
Oh, those are just for game days.
Yeah, legendary. They are home games, away games. When I first started driving the Storm in 2015, they of course give me a team tracksuit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not really a tracksuit kind of guy. I'm more of a shirt and jeans man.
Okay.
So I don't own any.
Even driving a bus though, you want to be sitting in jeans? Don't you want to let the boys breathe?
No, not allowed to. When driving the cricket teams, wear shirt and tie with the cricket teams.
The bus driver has to be in shirt and tie to play cricket?
Shirt and tie, leather shoes, yeah.
Why?
Because that's like the thing.
That's the culture.
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't be comfortable if you have to drive far.
So they gave me a tracksuit, and I didn't own any trainers. So I went shopping to a place called TK Maxx, and I saw these boots. And I thought, oh, they're rather funky. They're sort of cross between a smart shoe and a casual trainer.
You think that's a cross between a smart shoe and a casual trainer?
Yeah. So I wore them. And Dallas loves them.
Yes.
All the boys in the team loved them.
Yes. Yeah.
And they won.
Right. And then it's a thing.
The next time I had to wear them again. So I wore them again and they won.
Yep. I know what you mean.
And then I didn't wear them and they lost.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I spray painted myself naked and did pregame speeches, and I did it once, and they won. So then Deets had to spray paint me again, and then they won. And then they go on the road, and I wouldn't be there, and they'd lose. And then I'd be like, "Well, you better get naked again."
It's all your fault.
Well, if you just have to wear shoes, that's a lot easier than spraying the whole canvas, you know. So now who's getting on the bus?
Jake's come back again.
Who?
Jake Ricknell.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I wonder what he keeps getting.
He's not playing today, so.
Oh, he's not playing today. That sucks.
No,
But he still goes on the road though, eh? Because some teams don't bring those guys.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Hmm.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I would bring the fan bus to the games and have pints the whole way. Yeah. Fun times. So
Very exclusive, you know. I don't let anybody on there.
If music was gonna play on Greggy's bus, what music would play?
What music? There is music plays on the bus.
After games?
When I pick the boys up, because you know some of the boys live in downtown Manchester, and some of them live at Aldringham where the rink is.
Right.
The last 2 seasons, we've picked the boys up from downtown and drive them to the rink.
Well, that's nice, yeah.
That's my time.
Right. That's when you have fun.
That's when I can play my music, because that's my time. And if they don't like my music, they don't get on the bus.
And what kind of music? So, and because I had a Manchester fan chirping my music yesterday, and
yeah, I saw that.
Right, and but it's my shed and I get to do what I want. And but if you listen to the words of the songs I play, it's about what they're saying. And I had forgot the love of hockey. I didn't like it when I got back. I didn't like where it put my family and life and the situation we were in. And I kind of resented hockey. And now I've got all the love back for the game. So when I play stuff and it changes your state of mind. Oh, who's here now?
Thing you got here?
Yeah, it's a flash. A flash.
Who's over there?
All right. There's a big dog bus, this is.
Just someone wanted to meet you. Oh,
well, some supporters turned up.
Anyways, I was just saying that like the state of mind song is that watching videos and talking to people in my shed, it changes my whole state of mind about hockey, and it brings back the memories in a good way. And it's like now I can watch us win in Germany and beating Heim, where I couldn't watch it for years because I hated them so much for me being loyal when I could have gone places. And then when the shoe was on the other foot, they asked me to kindly leave, and I didn't like them for a very long time. But now I'm over it, and it's changed my state of mind. And same with Denmark, same with all of it. So you got to listen to the words, right? And the other one is good day for living. When I get in the shed, what we're doing right now makes it a good day for living, you know? So if you
There
don't
is
like my music, that's fine. I'm not for everyone, right?
there is a playlist on Spotify. Greggy 69 Manchester Storm.
Really? I could find your playlist, and that's what we're
Yeah,
rocking to
on
from
Spotify.
Manchester to
And that's what's
Altrincham.
playing on my bus.
Greggy
They're like
69.
Greggy 69 Manchester Storm.
Okay, folks, if you want to feel like you've been on the Greggy bus, the playlist is out there, right?
That's what's banging out on the bus. Still today.
So do the boys get into it then? Do they actually like your music, or do they just pretend?
Yeah, they love it. They love the Venga Boys.
Oh, that's
You know,
one
the
of my
Venga Boys,
that's
the
one of my
the Venga
U9
Bus.
gals. Yeah, that's one of my U9 gals songs. Is We Like to Party.
Yeah, that's the one.
Big hit in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of seasons ago, I was playing that on the way back after a big win. And another driver with me, because when it's a long way away, you have to have two drivers to split the drive.
Right.
And I've gone upstairs, and that's playing, and they're all going, "The Greggy bus is coming, the Greggy bus is coming," like
that. It is a good tune after a win. That's what we've been listening to, that and Lizzo, About Damn Time. Those are our jams right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lucy just came out when I was talking about that, and she gave me like the fist pumps because she could hear me talking about the squad that were undefeated. If anybody's wondering. So the other poster pick then, while we're on the topic, Greggy 69 jersey. You just called your playlist Greggy 69.
Greggy 69.
That's your number?
That's my number. That's what the boys gave me back in 2015 when I started driving them. Because obviously they thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Me being gay. Driving the boys. Gay man in the butch red of hockey.
Well, nobody cares. That's right.
No, they've always accepted me for who I am.
And that's everybody should, right? Everybody should
No
be whoever
one's
the hell
ever
they
had
want
an
to do.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but and then if like you're not, uptight about it, and everybody can kind of joke around too, right? Then it's all fun, right? It's all
It's
just
all banter. It's all banter.
banter. That's the word.
Yeah.
What else do I got for poster picks? So what do you got for like a kitchen on there? I saw the coffee set up and everything. That looked nice. What all you got?
Do you want to do a tour of the bus?
I do. Yeah, sure do.
How do I turn the camera around?
Is there a button on there to do it, or I don't know, just walk us through it. Let's do this thing.
Right, okay. Hold on a sec.
What are you on, a phone right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the cardboard keef. And so this is the bottom floor. So who all sits down here then?
This is downstairs. These are all my seats here.
Oh really? So
This
you
is
and the
all
other,
in the front.
if
So
there's
I'm here.
yeah, and then there's probably the other bus driver if it's a long trip sit there, right?
Yeah. If there's another driver, they sit behind me or over here.
Yeah. And then
you go through this bit.
And then this is where Finner's making all the big plans.
This is the bar. Hold on, there's someone knocking on the door again. Do Lucas come back?
Holy moly. It's about go time, Lion.
We're doing a bus tour here.
Those are tight pants, DeLuca.
Yeah, we got a little kitchen going on here.
Is that where the coffee is then?
This is just like cupboard. This is what I call my Greta cupboard, because it's full of chuck away everything.
That's so chuck away everything. That's kind of like the garbage before it's garbage.
Yeah. Then we've got 2 fridges here.
Oh, so you guys are ready for a win.
Yeah. We got
You got to be
Greggy
prepared
Oakie.
for that stuff. You don't want to get on that bus and not have that stuff ready.
We got Greggy Oakie.
You guys have
Wait.
karaoke on the bus?
Greggy Oakie. It's like karaoke, but much better.
I can just picture it.
Yeah.
You're telling me the hockey guys get involved in this?
They used to. They used to. That's what I play my music on.
What
Just
time's this
reckon
game?
it's-
What time's this game start?
7:30.
Does that mean 6:30?
Oh,
No. Does that mean 7:30 or 6:30? Half 7.
7:30. 7:30.
Half 7. I was thinking that was halfway to 7. You're saying it's halfway past 7.
Yeah.
Half 7. Huh. Okay, now I know. So
this is Guinness seat.
okay, that's where he spreads out, eh?
Yeah, he's got like 3 seats to himself.
Jeepers, high maintenance, eh?
And then the other side, you've got Mikey Mo.
So Mikey Mo, this is the Moffat guy. Is that right?
Mikey Mo played for the original Storm back in the day.
Okay. See, I got to meet him yet too. He's the assistant coach, right?
Yeah, he's the assistant coach.
He's
The
just got.
legend that
So
is
you're
Mikey
telling
Mo,
me,
number 15.
you're telling me Ginner's taken all 3 spots, and that guy's just got one little seat. How does he even get horizontal?
He's got 2 seats. He's got 2 seats.
Oh, so
They're in what I call pods.
right. Well, you could put his
They've
legs
got
crossed,
like
but
these
that's
partition things. Because they all turn into beds.
oh, that turns into a bed.
Yeah, all the seats turn into beds. There's 53 seats, and it turns into 24 beds.
Okay.
And there's usually only 24 people on here altogether, players and coaches.
Hold on 1 second
Right,
here.
the
My
bed.
daughter's asking me questions. Game back on. We're just having 2 more kids over. May as well make it an even what 8 kids, 7 kids now. Perfect. Good stuff. Anyways, where are we at here? Sorry. So they all turn into beds?
They all turn into beds. Yeah, if we go upstairs in a minute, you'll see some in beds.
So who's back behind there then? That's the rest of the you
But
could
behind
call-
there, you've got Scoots, the kit man, and the physio sit behind Ginner.
right. Yep. So all the whole squad's down or squad's upstairs, and then the rest of
Yeah,
the hockey
All the
families
staff are
downstairs.
downstairs. This is the kitchen.
So what do those guys get into after when on the bottom floor? Do they play cards? Do they play schnarples? Do they just sit and talk? What are they doing down there?
Sit and talk, really.
Just
Sit and talk, have a few beers.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Have
the
some
kitchen
food.
then too, eh? So you got a microwave and a fridge.
That's the kitchen. I built that myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can take it in and out.
So when you're talking, you got a boss, and this is the bus you always drive.
Yeah.
Like, what? How did you get the bus, and then what did you do to it compared to how they gave it to you? If it's
Well,
kind of
this
yours.
this bit here is where a wheelchair would go.
Okay.
It's got like a racking on the floor that you'd like fix the wheelchair into. But he
And-
said because I'm using it for the Storm,
Right. You turn into a
I
kitchen.
can put like fridges and like a little kitchen in there because obviously they have food and whatever that they.
Well, if anybody's listening to me in my shed or kitchen today, is having a nice bus, it does matter in hockey because you do spend a lot of time on it in that league, especially too, right? Like having a nice bus and having stuff like that is important to have the boys ready to go and feel good about being a hockey player, right?
That's why you're sponsored by a bus company.
Right. The team sponsored by a bus company.
My company sponsors the team. Yeah,
Oh, is that right, eh?
that's why we're on the jerseys. We're twice on the jersey and on either side of the shorts.
I see, and that's the stuff I don't know about that world of hockey yet, right? Is like, so what did they give the Storm to get that in return, right? I don't know the deals that go on yet. Might have to
I
figure
think
this
they
stuff
get the. I think they get the bus for sort of like half the price or something.
right. It'd be something like that, yeah, like half the price,
As
and then
sort
you
of
get
like
the
sponsorship. Yeah. We
It's-
get our name on like the jerseys, and they get the bus hire for like half what it would normally be.
Well, it's kind of like Cardiff Met giving the Devils 3 MBAs a year, and then they're on the
Yeah.
jerseys, and then you just waive the fee, right?
Yeah, but
And
we've got the best bus in the league, without a doubt. It's the only sleeper bus in the league.
From what I've seen, you're absolutely right. It's not even close. But I haven't seen all the buses in the league, you know? So, okay, I'm ready to continue on. So is it a full team meal then? Everybody's got like the same meals for after then, or what's already in that fridge?
Yeah, normally.
Yeah,
Normally they have
probably
food.
chicken and pasta.
Chicken and pasta, lasagnas, that sort of stuff. Normal
Mhm.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
So
I do hot dogs.
are people allowed to poo on your bus? Because in pro hockey,
No, that's the golden rule. Everyone knows the golden rule of the team bus.
you cannot poo on the bus, right?
No poo on the bus.
And you could be on that bus for like 5 hours straight and have just ate a meal, right?
Yeah, but that's why we stopped though.
Yeah. I know.
A few years ago, when I started driving the team, there was a player called Paul Phillips, and I was coming up to Scotland, and he comes up just before Gretna Green, which is where I normally stop, and he comes down the front, and he goes, "Greggy, are we going to stop soon?" And I was like, "Yeah, Gretna Green, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's good because I'm going to poo my pants."
Right. And that actually, you can feel like that, and you know it's a fine. And I have seen people say, you know what? Fine me whatever you need to, because I have to poo now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does happen.
I'll let them if they really have to, if they really need to.
Don't tell
Look,
people that. The team will still find them, folks. You can't do it. Hold it as long as you can. What? A Yorkie. So you do have them scattered around, eh?
They've eaten them all.
Oh, those buggers.
Greedy fuckers.
So Yorkies must be good then. I've literally never even seen one.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
So I didn't realize Yorkies were getting thrown on the ice, and I guess that's what you were throwing because you're a big supporter of them. But
yeah, I throw the Yorkies, and I know they come from me.
Have you seen like what's the most chocolate we've had on the ice so far? Because I only get random photos. Like I don't get much. I don't really know what's really going on. Like
about 3 weeks ago, was it when we beat the Panthers?
Yeah, or that just went 2-0.
Loads.
Right? Really?
There was loads and loads of chocolate then.
I think was that right after Jake and Corsi came on, or Moose, you could call him.
Yeah, I think so. There was like bags and bags of it.
Well, last time I looked at old Jakey and Moose's episode on YouTube, I don't know who's watching it so much, but it was like, geez, it was already over 350 views in like 2 days. So people are watching, I guess. So I got another question. We talked about culture though, while we're going around the bus, is which sport stinks the worst on the bus? I'm guessing it's probably hockey players because there's some serious farting going on a hockey bus, especially when guys start sleeping or drinking.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, we stink bad. I know that.
Yeah, it's the kit as well.
Mm-hmm.
When I put the kit in the boot in the back, and you push the bags over, and the air comes out the zip and hits you in the face. That's not very nice.
So, folks, if we were speaking Canadian, that would be hockey bag instead of kit, and that would be trunk instead of boot. Just so we're all on the same page. But don't worry, folks. The UK is mainly the listeners by a mile. You guys are my honey hole.
The smell is still the same.
Yeah. Well, hockey equipment can stink. Like, it's weird when you're out of the game, or now when like you just coach it, is like the hockey glove smell on your hands. Like you would have it for the whole hockey season. Your gloves, your hands would smell like hockey gloves, and it wasn't a good smell. So what are we upstairs now? Did you climb the stairs?
No, we'll go upstairs.
Okay, where are you at here? You're back up near the front then.
Hold on. We got the toilet here.
Okay, so that's where you'd go if you're willing to take a fine, folks.
No number twos.
No number twos. Yeah.
We got little sink here.
Oh, that's nice. Little
Prop
wet bar.
cutlery. We don't do plastic on the Greggy bus.
Plastic's garbage, isn't it?
We don't do plastic. We recycle proper stainless steel.
Yeah, they just wash it
Get
and use it again.
dishpan hands and everything.
So you wash it right on the bus then, and
Yeah.
so that cutlery stays on the bus
wash it
then.
up and use it again. Yeah, that stays on the bus. That's another rule of the bus. Everything stays on the bus.
Right? Is that a rule then? Everything that happens on the bus stays on the bus, but
yeah, cutlery, plates, glasses, cups, all stays on the bus.
makes sense.
Never ever take anything off the bus.
Yeah, or yeah. Well, and you shouldn't, because then you can have it next time, right?
Exactly.
Ah, man, all those girls just walked in the front door. There's no distractions here at all today. Okay, so let's see where you're at. You're upstairs now. Where are we going?
We're on the stairs now.
So that's near the front of the bus then. The stairs.
Well, we're upstairs.
Look at this stuff. Holy moly. Hey, buddy. That guy should come to the shed sometime. Wow. So those turn into beds.
Yeah, look, that's like half turned into bed.
So the table flips down.
The table folds up to the window, and then the seat slides,
And then the seats slide together to make it a bed.
and then it looks like that.
Oh my gosh, I could sleep forever on there. Wow, these hockey players nowadays just have it made in the shape, don't they?
They're spoiled, aren't they?
They are. Holy moly. So I guess those two beds right beside each other, would that be two dudes laying right beside each other on those?
Yeah, yeah.
So the younger guys gotta do that, or does everybody gotta do that?
They don't always like sleep next to each other because some of them like still have the seats up and playing cards or whatever.
Well, I like to hear there's still cards being played on buses.
Yeah, that's like last week there was cards going on at the back.
Good
There
stuff.
was like drinking going on at the stories at the front, and then people sleeping in the middle. It all sort of like depends, but
That's basically how it worked every trip, right? Is the guys at the back were staying up late, the guys at the front were going to bed early, and the guys in the middle didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at the back. Wow, that is quite the setup. How many players? That's a long bus, man. How do you drive that thing?
Don't ask.
That
It's
spot,
15
that
meters
spot
long.
you walked by, those ones that like,
Luke's again.
so what's he up to?
That's where he sits at the back. He sits about all the big dogs sit at the back of the bus.
What's he doing on there? Isn't it game time?
He's got those things on his legs.
What do they do? I'm too old. I never got to use those things. Those like give you a flash.
Unbelievable. You strap them on, they just compress your legs. You feel brand new.
So you don't even have to warm up or do nothing. You just put those on
No
and sit there.
chance. No, I'm just. That's why I bought them. You invest, right?
Is that your machine then? You got that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I brought him over, so no warm up for this guy. It's just straight on.
So you're not a two-touch guy then?
No, I'm more of a relaxed guy. Listen to some music.
I like
See
it.
how the game goes.
Yeah, I was a big just drink a coffee and then play two-touch guy.
Yeah, we got the coffee machine.
They got the
back here,
coffee
so I
machine
got-
back here.
Yeah, I got a good setup here. It's nice.
You got a coffee machine right beside that, and then
Oh, yeah, I
that
didn't
turns
even
into a
have to
bed.
move. It's unbelievable.
This bus is absurd.
I look after the big dogs.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a
Greggy's-
big dog. You
Greggy's
see how many
unreal.
goals he scored?
Exactly. That's normally
Here,
after I've given
Here, this is
Pepsis.
big, Greg.
But how are you, buddy? Not hear me? Maybe. Oh, he's got his earphones in there. What's up, buddy? How are you?
You're not here.
I guess he doesn't hear me for some reason. Yeah, the earphones.
Okay, get out of here, you donkeys. Go. Scatter. There's a serious game of mini hockey going on in the basement, you know?
I'm rattled. I'm missing out.
Yeah, now they're upstairs, you know, right in the middle of pod time. But yeah, PD day over here. We got 7 kids in the house right now.
7 kids.
Living large over there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, so who's the line tonight? Who you playing with?
Fawcett and Didier, our new guy.
Who?
Yeah, so he's like a childhood friend that I've known since I'm like 6. So
What's his name?
Jonathan Didier.
Oh, I don't know if I saw that he signed that. When did that happen? Recently?
Oh, like last week. Yeah, it just happened.
Okay. There's a lot going on these days. Well, that's cool. So you know him from childhood and now you're gonna play together in pro hockey. That's
We've been playing on each other's team since we're literally like 6 or 7 years old. So
that's living when you get to play with buddies like that in pro hockey. That's cool.
That's a dream, yeah. Yeah, from street hockey to here, so it's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, there's some little hockey fellas around this town. It'd be cool to see them do stuff like that. Just no distractions at all. Now we got my daughter here. Yeah. Okay.
Just do it all.
Yeah, we're just living. You know, this is as real as it gets.
There you go. Enjoy it.
Well, good luck tonight, sir. Keep running amok. It's been fun watching from over here. So go get
I
him.
appreciate it.
We'll have a
Get the
chat
old,
soon again. I'll get
Eat that
prepared.
shit food tonight.
Exactly. Rock on, buddy.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Lion bars.
Lion and Reese, yeah.
All right,
Bring on
great.
the lion bars.
That's right.
Right,
Lion
where do you
bars,
wanna go
folks.
now?
Lion bars. Where are we going, Greggy? We
Shall
going
we go
back down?
downstairs?
Yeah, I think we're ready. We'll let
Yeah.
him get ready. Listen to his tunes. That's quite the bus then. So is that to the shitter right there though, eh? To the left, right there?
No, that's just the cupboard. This is where I store all the pillows and blankets.
Oh, okay.
They all get a pillow and a blanket.
They keep it clean for you when they get off the bus? Is it clean when they get
Yeah,
off?
they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's
It
good.
looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but the rookies clean it up when we get back.
Well, I do have some random questions about outside of hockey with the bus driving here. So you've been doing it since 94 and you've been doing it all over Europe. So where all have you gone? Where's the furthest you've drove to?
Hold on. Let me sit down. Plug my phone back in.
Yeah, please do. So where's the furthest you've drove to as a bus driver?
Furthest I've driven to will be Spain and Italy.
That's far enough.
Yeah,
Spain?
that's far enough. Spain and Italy.
How do you drive to Spain? Spain.
Yeah.
Jeepers. Where's
It's
Spain?
about
Holy moly,
Uh,
that's far, isn't it?
down south, cross on the ferry, and then about 19-20 hours down south.
So of all the countries you've gone to, what's your favorite food?
I like Italian. I like Italian.
That's not a bad answer at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass
The first
pass
time
the
I
guy,
went to
pass the
Rome-
pizza.
The first time I went to Rome, they put it into the old TomTom sat nav thing where
Yeah.
we're going, and I've got my mate with me, and I was like, 16:35. Is that the time we're going to get there? He said, no, it's how many kilometers that's left. I was like, shit, that's a long way.
That is a long way. Wow. Well, I guess there were guys you brought up when writing with me that have meant a lot to you over the years, but you said Jay Rosehill, he's come up before in the shed. You said he'd be a lifelong friend, and Luke Moffat, you know.
Off dog.
So is it, I guess it's just interacting with the fellas, right? And it's just who you interact with more over a season. It's the same on a hockey team, right? You'll have your crew of 5 or 6 that are like your tight guys, and then you'll have the other guys that are your buddies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I nearly shed a tear last week
Why?
because I got a letter. I got a letter through the post, come through the post all the way from Canada, and it's from Harrison Ruop, invited me to his wedding in August.
A guy that used to play for the Storm invited you to his
Used to
wedding
play
in
for the
Canada.
Storm about 3 years ago. Yeah.
How long did he play there?
He had played one season.
He only played there
but
one season, and he's
But-
inviting the bus driver to his wedding 3 years later.
He was there. It's him, Harry Moff, and Shane Baker. all used to live in a house together.
Yeah.
And when I lost my dad got rushed into hospital to have an emergency operation. The boys were playing at home. I went to the home game. I saw Moth before the game when he was warming up, and he's like, straight away, he's, Greggy, what's the matter? And I was like, my dad's been rushed into hospital to have an operation. And then the next thing he said was, what do you want to do? I said, I need to go out and get very, very drunk.
Yeah.
And he said, right, we'll sort it after the game. Meet us after the game, and we'll sort it. So we went out in town. He got me absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
Then they took me back to their house, and we had a few more drinks.
Yeah.
And then I slept on the sofa in the front room, and I woke up about 2 or 3 times during the night. And every time I woke up, one of them was sat there watching over me. That's like
good dudes.
true friends.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some good dudes in the hockey world if you look around, right?
So when he invites me to his wedding, I've got to go.
Yeah. So where is it in Canada?
Regina.
I've never been out there. I'm sure it'd be lovely.
Oh, have I? I've never been to Canada.
I haven't been that way. No.
No,
Yeah.
never been.
So how long you going for?
I'm going to go for. I've taken about 14 days off work.
Yeah.
I've got a plan to fly out a few days before the wedding and stay a few days after the wedding. And
Yeah.
I might go and surprise some people that I've said I'm going to go and surprise, but I can't say who.
I
Then it won't be a
understand.
surprise.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I just actually right before we jumped on here, Deese told me he's coming for 2 weeks.
Oh no.
He's coming for 2 weeks. You imagine in June to
2
Canada
weeks
to
of
visit me.
peace.
Yeah. What a mess. That
What a mess. 2
Yeah.
weeks of peace.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure our wedding anniversary's in that time too. So. But yeah,
Life is for living.
it is for living, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're supposed to live while you're alive, I think.
Make
Right?
make the memories.
It is about making memories, and it's hard, right? When you get invited to stuff and you can't do everything, but like that, you got invited to that, and you get to go do that. That's awesome. Because I got invited over to Germany for a buddy's jersey retirement this year, and I won't be able to make it. And it's gonna kill me when that's going on. That I could have been there. You know,
Yeah. I bet.
sucks missing stuff.
Yeah.
What's that? It's I think Sam Duggan brought it up. FOMO, fear of missing out. Isn't that a saying with the kids
Yeah.
these days?
FOMO. If
Yeah.
down with the kids, yeah.
It is a real thing though. I have it.
Yeah. It's like
uh
the amount of family events I've missed over the years.
driving or doing your job, right?
Driving.
Yeah.
Because when I used to do tours, I used to be away all over Europe for like weeks at a time. And weddings, christenings, all that sort of stuff. You miss it all.
So I guess yeah, we haven't talked about that then. Is before you're mainly into hockey and sports, is you were all over Europe and the UK, and so you were doing tours, like taking people around Europe.
Doing tours, yeah, taking people on holiday, vacation.
How long would it be? Like a 14-day vacation?
If you're going down to sort of like Spain or Italy, it was normally sort of 9 or 10 days. The UK stuff was sort of like 3 days to 8 days normally.
So you'd take them to a city, drop them off, and then wait for them to go run amok and come back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would like take them to attractions and things as well.
So you must do some sleeping on that bus, eh?
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah. Okay. So Italian food, was your favorite? I already asked that.
Yeah, Italian's my favorite food.
So when you sent the picture of the front of your bus for the poster pic, when I got creepy and zoomed in, there's a bunch of cards on your dashboard, like that people have given you, and like a bottle of booze someone's given you, or a box
Yeah,
of it, right?
that's from my birthday the other week
Well, that's pretty neat though. That
in
yeah.
December. The boys normally get me a birthday card as birthday presents.
Well, it is kind of like your home away from home on that though, eh? And it is like as
Yeah,
nice as a house on there.
I look after the boys. The boys look after me.
Well, that's how hockey works. That's how it works in any
Yeah.
position on the team, right?
A couple of seasons ago, they got me Valentine's cards.
Really?
I got a Valentine's card from the boys. We love you, Greggy. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Well, and it's doing something little like that, right? That can
Love
mean a
is
lot,
love
right?
at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. When you're part of a hockey family, it can be important to you, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's like quite touching.
It is. It's touching that like the players on the team think that highly of you, and right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. I guess the way I can put it that is when Cardiff brought me back for Wally night, and like I'd been out of the game for I don't know 4 years or something, and then when the team you finished with is nice enough to bring you back, and then say nice things about why they brought you back, and you're like, huh, well that means a lot, right?
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yes. Okay. So I guess, do you have a bus, like a coach, like your company? Is there like a team family vibe to that, or does everybody get a bus and then they got their bus and they're doing their thing, or how does it work?
It's a small family business.
Okay.
Got about At the moment we've got about 50 buses altogether.
50
Um,
buses. That's a lot of buses.
about 50 buses. They're not all like this though. You've probably got about 10 sort of like buses like this that they use for what they call private hire, which you probably call private charter,
Right.
and like schools going out for the day, old people going to the seaside for the day, teams.
And they're not
That,
all as fancy of buses.
no,
They
no,
got the normal fleet too, right?
yeah, this is like the fanciest bus on the fleet, my bus.
Um, gosh, I had something else to ask you. Oh, so when you take all these other sports to events and you go in and watch the hockey games, when you're taking the Taekwondo team and you're taking the cycling, you're taking whoever, are you watching all these different events?
I can do. I used to go in and watch the cricket.
I've
I
never
mean,
watched a cricket game before.
it's a bit boring to be honest.
Is it? I heard it's like kind of like watching baseball over here. You kind of got to sit back and relax and just
Yeah,
try and relax, I guess. I have a hard
the
time
test
relaxing.
matches go on forever. The test matches go on for like 4 or 5 days.
Days.
Yeah, days. And
Test
then
matches. What the hell does that mean? Do you know?
test cricket.
I don't even know what
It's
that
like
means.
a different format of cricket. I don't know anything. I'm not really into sports.
Not any of them. You just drive the people around.
I just drive the people to the games. Yeah, I just like when they get back on the bus. Like, did you win? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. It must be a hoot though for those guys. So what I'm picturing is you guys get back to Manchester tonight. Then you're gonna drop the fellas off at the rink. And then those guys
Yeah,
that go downtown are gonna get back on the bus and get that ride to downtown. Is that right?
yeah. When we get back to the rink, it'll be tomorrow. No, it won't be tomorrow because we're staying up here today because we're playing Dundee tomorrow. So we're staying in a hotel tonight.
You're staying in a hotel tonight.
Tonight, yeah, because we're playing Dundee tomorrow. Tomorrow
Oh,
night.
up here or up in Scotland.
Up in Scotland land. Yeah.
Okay.
But normally, when you get back to the rink, they all have to take the gear in, hang it up to dry or whatever,
Yeah.
and then the ones that live downtown come and get back on the bus. By which time my tunes are pumping.
And
The
that's
light
when
on my
you're
tunes
living.
flashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are probably the guys you're closest with or that get that ride.
Yeah, yeah,
It would
yeah. I'd say
it would
so.
bring people together, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet you it's really fun.
yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
One of the other things that I have written down is one of the I don't think I put on the poster, but I saw it. A guy that played for Manchester and put up a picture of the fellas at the Scotland golf course there, the old course or whatever.
yeah. The old course at St Andrews.
Well, this was what he wrote, because this is what I think is hockey. Never have I ever had so much fun playing hockey. Thanks to each and every teammate and the best bus driver in the world for revolutionizing road trips. That's wild that a hockey player took the time out to write that your bus trips are that much different than everyone else's.
Yeah, there's no place like the Greggy bus. No bus like the Greggy bus.
Well, and like that is so cool. And but then also that he wrote is that never have I ever had so much fun playing hockey. There are so many people in the world that take hockey too seriously, that think it's all about making the NHL, that think it's all about trying to make the millions of dollars, and it's like, do it for the brother beside you. Do it for Greggy. Do it for Finn or Gitter. Do it for everybody in your hockey family. Go out there and be the best hockey player you could be for the guys on your team, right? Not for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's very neat that guy wrote that. The most fun he had playing. And to be honest, the most fun I ever had playing hockey was also in the UK, in Cardiff. That was the most fun I ever had playing hockey. Can you skate?
I did have a go years and years ago, but I wouldn't like to try now in case I do my ankle.
Oh, you got a nagging injury, do you?
Yeah, I fell out the bus door at 4 o'clock in the morning when I used to do tours. I fell out the bus door at 4 o'clock in the morning. I stepped sort of funny off the curb, ended up on my ass, rolling around on the floor, couldn't stand on my foot. Phoned up my boss, who used to be a ambulance paramedic, and he said, if you can stand on it, it's not broken, you'll be all right. Just take some painkillers and away you go. So that's what I did. I did like a 3-day tour with probably a broken ankle.
Jeepers, yeah, that's getting injured sucks.
Massive. It was so many different colors. My whole foot was like black and blue and brown, and
that sounds painful. Yeah.
And ever since that, it's been a bit dodgy.
Well, I do have a story. I have a story about hurting my ankle that I've never told on here. And I still have a lot of pain from it, and it's an issue. I got home from the dump with the kids, and I was not. This was Saturday morning. I was fine, folks. I drove my truck through the garage door. I got home with my new to me truck, which was not new. But anyways, we just got a dog. The dog comes running around the house and was going to jump on my driver's side door and like scratch it with his claws. So I got so angry with all the issues this dog was bringing to my life, and I ripped open the door and tried to throw the truck and park. And I went to I opened my door and went to kick him. And then I did it, like I threw it at park, and then I'm out on the driveway. Got him to not kick the door, and then the truck starts rolling again, and I'm like, I didn't get it into park, and I got the kids in the back, and it starts rolling, and I'm standing on the driveway.
Oh no!
I tried to kick the brake a couple times and missed with my foot, and because the kids were in, I held on to the wheel as hard as I could and tried again, and my planted foot got right messed up.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago though. I was on crutches for a while. That was pre-shed. I'm okay now. I don't exercise, so it doesn't get worse.
That sounds like a plan to
me. Yeah. But yeah, the dog was the problem, folks. but he's
Have you got
fine.
rid of the dog now?
No, he's here.
He's still here.
But yeah,
survived.
that was a painful couple months, and you can feel pretty stupid when things like that
Yeah.
happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks too, though.
I got one of the best tips ever though on that job, on
What's
that tour.
what's that?
I got one of the best tips ever off the passengers.
Really?
Gratuities, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are we
Because
talking?
obviously they felt sorry for me because I was like hobbling around.
Right, right. So it's a good one then. It's memorable,
Yeah,
I
it's a
guess you'd
good one.
say.
Yeah, it's a good one, yeah.
Well, let's see. What else do I got? Do you got any questions for me? Well, I looked stuff. I don't know what I'm allowed to bring up because you wrote it to me and I know about it and I don't know if I can ask about it, but you did take the fellas to a certain part of town, right? Or no?
Oh yeah. You can bring that up. That's already been on
Okay.
on the podcast. It's
Oh,
on the.
you go on
board.
lots of podcasts then.
I wasn't on the podcast, but the players that were on it brought it up.
Oh, they brought it up.
They brought it up, yeah.
Okay. So we can bring this up then.
Yeah, we could bring it up.
So you took some fellas from the storm to the gay part of Manchester
For my birthday, yeah.
for your birthday, huh?
It's
So
my birthday night out.
few years ago then?
Yeah, it must have been about 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, that's really cool though. So about, I bet you it's the guys you drive from Ultracham or whatever to Manchester, probably were the guys you're closest with. And then when it's your birthday and you want to go out, they're probably the guys that were coming, or no?
No, they all lived in Altrincham then.
Okay.
They didn't have the downtown Manchester. They all lived in Altrincham.
Oh, okay.
So I met them in Altrincham after the game. And they had to get into downtown Manchester without the coach knowing, because the coach had told them, because they lost, so the coach told them they weren't allowed to go out.
Right.
But it had already been arranged that we were going out for my birthday, so we did it anyway.
And yeah, and sometimes those are prearranged parties that have to happen. It's the same as like if you lose a game before the Halloween party, guess what? It's still Halloween.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
sort of like snuck out, and things got a bit messy.
So snuck out, like, so did you drive them on the Greggy bus to downtown and then Parker, or what do you do?
No, we got the tram.
Okay.
I'd already had a few tequilas at the game.
Hockey's fun in the UK, I tell you. It is. So the fellas had a good time then?
They had a very good time, yeah.
So how big of an area of Manchester is this? Is there a bunch of bars?
There's probably, it's like one sort of street mainly.
Okay.
Probably about half a mile long, I'll say, near the canal. And there's probably 15, maybe 20 bars.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got thrown out of one because I was too intoxicated, apparently.
You were.
Yeah.
That's happened to me too. Don't worry about it.
And another one, I remember coming out of another one, and one of the boys was like, "Oh, you're all right, Greggy," and I was like, "Leave me alone, I'm going to be sick." And I was sick into the canal, over the wall into the canal, and I was like, "Wipe your face off. Right, let's go dancing now. Let's go get another drink."
So did the fellas go dancing then?
Huh?
Did the fellas go dancing?
Yeah, the boys come dancing with me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing some shapes in a gay nightclub. Load of big butch hockey players.
Oh, that's just that. All I could say is that was coming to the tip of my tongue was that's hockey. Is going out there doing that all together. That would be a memory, and everybody be having a laugh and fun, right?
Yeah, one of them kissed a drag queen and got all glitter in his beard, and it's still in his beard. Training about 3 days later.
Kissed a drag queen?
Kissed a drag queen, yeah.
Was it like a performer drag queen then? Like, was it performing
Yeah.
in the?
Yeah, there was like a show going on, and
What goes on in
it was
Manchester?
a fun evening. Let's put it
It
that way.
sounds hilarious. So my funny story is, I guess that there was a time when I was playing senior A for the Ripley Wolves, and there's road trips that there's in this rural area of Ontario. There's really only one establishment where women would dance on a stage. So when you go to certain road trips, the team will stop on the way home at that establishment as a team.
Yeah.
And and nobody had been on stage with the gals yet. And the one fella gets up there and he lays down with the money in his mouth. And I'm telling you, she got on top of him and punched him right in the package. Punched him, punched him. And like, he was mad. He got very angry, and like, he was trying to give her money and she punched him right in the ding-a-ling. And I still laugh. I think it's funny.
There is one bar in Manchester that we go to quite a lot, and they have like cabaret on.
Mm.
And a few seasons ago, they had like cabaret on the stage, but they have a curtain around the stage before it comes on. So 3 of the boys thought it'd be funny to go behind the curtain on the stage and play around with the musical instruments. Well, the security thought they were the actual band.
And they opened the curtains
until the real band turned up, and then we all got thrown out then. And another time when we were in there, I was with the boys, and one of the boys said to me, "Oh, that girl over there's hitting on me. Can you help me out, Greggy?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you want me to do? Whatever you want me to do. So make out we're together." Because I've got a girlfriend back home in Canada. So make out we're together and put her
so
off.
they'd leave him alone.
So they'd like leave him alone. And I was like, yeah, okay, if I have to, but I'm not doing tongues. And it worked.
Yeah. And
She just went. She was gone.
oh gosh, that just all sounds like hockey. I think it's very neat though that you're going out with the team and having fun like that. And that's the funny stuff of hockey I miss, is all the fun stuff that would go on at night after the hockey games. It's like I talk about is hockey isn't about just playing the games. It's about everything that comes along with it.
That comes with it. Going to new places you've never been to.
Yeah.
All around the world.
And doing it with your brothers, that like you'll all do anything for each other. The weird part of the game is though you get like that, and then you just the next year you're all gone and on different teams and doing different stuff, and then it's weird how close you get, and then the end of the season happens, you know?
Yeah.
I've never seen the same team twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have a bit of turnover in Manchester, right? And there's different factors to that. There's the budget, there's people's life decisions, but you guys do get a bunch of new players each year, right?
Yeah, a few have been here a while now, though. Pritchie's been here a while, hasn't he?
He has Dallas. Yeah.
As long as me.
Well,
Big Bad Dell.
He should come to the shed.
Big Bad Dell, but now he's assistant coach.
Right.
So I call him Big Bad Ass Coach.
For assistant coach. He's the ass coach.
Bad Ass Coach, Dell.
I also made up quite a few nicknames over my time in hockey. Which that reminds me, I still gotta have titties on. Markku Tatinen. Anywho. Well, I don't know what else I got other than there's a lot of kids distracting me right now. I think they're playing hide and seek. Another guy you brought up a few times was Lyndon Springer. Was he a fighter?
Spring Dogs.
Spring Dogs.
Spring Dogs.
Was he a fighter? I don't remember. I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
I thought so.
He's probably one of my all-time favorites. Love him to bits.
The fighters usually, for some reason, I don't know why it was,
Really nice people. Oh, anyone, same with Rosie, J Rosehill.
yeah, the
really
fighters
nice
usually are
people.
the nicest guys going, right?
Yeah, off the ice.
Well,
really,
and they're
really
the
nice.
well, it's a lot of times it's that they're the best teammates and they're willing to do more for your team.
Yeah, definitely. He
Lot of,
played, what did he do? 3 seasons? He did 2 seasons. Did 2 seasons. Then he went to Glasgow Clan. Then he retired. And then he come back to the Storm and did another season for the Storm. Last season. Come back, did another season, come out of retirement.
so I guess there was you were there then when you would have started. Was Omar Pasha the coach then?
Yeah, Omar Pasha, Mr. Pasha, as I call him.
And then it was Finner, and now it's Skinner.
I'm his favourite gay, Mr. Pasha's.
You're his favorite?
I'm his favourite gay, yeah.
How do you know that? Or like, yeah, he
Because
told you.
I always ask him.
I
Who's
will.
your favourite gay? And he always says, "You are, Greggy." I've driven him for Storm when he was coach at Storm. I drove for him. Then I drove him at Dundee. I've done a few trips for Dundee because my boss is mates with him. So
Was he still a player coach with Dundee, or did he just coach?
I think he was just coach at Dundee.
Because
Did he do 2 seasons or 3 seasons at Dundee?
yeah, I'm not sure. That was when I was out of the game, right? I wasn't really paying attention.
We did the double headers for them. If they had a double header, I drove the double header. So I drive empty up to Dundee to pick them up the day before, drive them down to Guildford or wherever they're playing, and then drive them back up again. So I do sort of like 4 days for them. As a favour for him.
I find it interesting, right? People's passion and how they get into things. But you said your childhood or what you wanted to do when you grew up was to be like a coach driver, and you are doing that. But I think the reason you wanted to do that was you wanted to give people fun experiences, get to know them, and make it fun, right?
Definitely. If you don't enjoy your job, you're in the wrong job.
Right.
You have to be a people person.
You have to, yeah, and you have to want them to be having fun and enjoy their day,
You have
right?
to like people, to be with people, work with people.
I think it's the same though, like, because I always think about like how into cooking I got and how much I like it. And like if people come over, I try to make the best meal I can because it's making memories with people, making it fun, making it better is better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that like when you see that guy, right? Never have I ever had so much fun playing hockey, and thanks to and the best bus driver in the world for revolutionizing road trips. Like that's got to make your heart want to pop, right?
Yeah.
It's the same for me with doing this. Is like with this, sometimes people write nice things to me about what I'm doing. And I'm just doing this because I love it. I'm just trying to have fun and make memories with my friends and meet other people that I hear are great people. And when I hear nice things, it does make my heart want to pop,
Yeah. I mean, the year that I lost my dad, that team that year are probably like the closest to my heart.
Yeah.
Because the things that they did for me, without
Right.
me realizing at the time, because obviously my head was all over the place, but just stupid little things like I wake up for work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and one of them sent me a text message checking I'm okay, or like sent a silly video of them messing around being silly to make me laugh, make me smile.
Yeah.
Or just being there to chat to.
Yeah, and it's like when I was having my hard time getting out of the game and figuring life out, there were a handful of guys that we did still text, we did still FaceTime, we did still make time for each other, and it was weird because we were all kind of going through it at the same time, but also they were
Yeah.
my closest friends in hockey, and like it was a strange time in life, right? Because I wasn't texting and writing with as many people as I do now, and like that little handful of people that helped you through it all, right? You'll never forget it.
Never ever forget them.
Yeah. And like I'm not you're talking about losing your dad. I'm just talking about having to switch jobs. It's a totally different thing. But I did have a hard time. But like me and Hendo were very close. Dougie Clarkson. Um, and there were guys that like you're always writing with, checking in on, seeing how they're doing, and it was both ways. It, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's when the hockey family really kicks in.
yeah, and it's weird though, right? Because the guys that are still in it and doing it, they don't get getting out of the game like the guys getting out of the game, and the guys that have gotten out of the game understand what they're going through too. And like when you're in it, like it is about the next contract, the next game, the next shift, the next, and like they're not thinking about us guys that are done now, sit at home with our tail between our legs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anywho, that's what the hockey family's all about, right? Is taking care of each other, being there for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the
Definitely.
Storm got all the right pieces in place, though, you know?
Yeah, it's very close family.
And that's what you need to win stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you start winning and you believe in yourselves and it gets addictive, right? And then when the chocolate starts hitting the ice, and then everybody in town's like, what is this I hear about chocolate hitting the ice at the arena? Like, what is going on? And then more
What's going
people
on?
come, and then all of a sudden the arena's full, the team's winning, and then all of a sudden it's totally addictive, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Well, probably not long till game time now, eh?
About 10 minutes. About 10 minutes to go.
So they're gonna get out there still in the kilts and everything with the bagpipes. You don't want to miss that.
They don't do that anymore.
What do you mean?
They don't. I've not seen anyone here with kilts or bagpipes.
In Fife for like
So,
the start of the game.
no, the mascot's got a kilt on, but he's the only person with a kilt on.
Huh. I don't did I maybe I'm misremembering. I could have sworn there was someone out there doing it with the bagpipes, and that's how they played the song, no?
No, it's no bagpipes. They
Hmm.
play like the national anthem, but it's not on bagpipes.
Who knows? I'm getting old. Maybe I don't remember. It seemed like quite the atmosphere though during the anthem.
Yeah, it's pretty wild here.
So
Like I said,
you're gonna go slide in beside the bench then and cheer on the fellas.
right in the end of the bench where I feel safe. Yeah,
And then you guys
all
head
the
to the
boys and the
hotel
stuff,
and then Dundee tomorrow.
and then Dundee tomorrow night. Yeah.
What do you think? Like, obviously, you said Manchester Storm fans are there. Like, what do you think would happen to the IHL if we start taking our chocolate on the road?
I don't know. The
I don't know
players
either.
pick it up, wouldn't they?
I don't know if you'd be allowed in Sheffield, because we were canceled there for fun. You're not allowed to throw chocolate on the ice anymore because there was too much
You're
one
not
night.
allowed to do anything at Sheffield.
Babies were getting hit. There's people upset, but it was a lot of fun. But like I'm curious, like, so say I'm just hypothetically saying, say Manchester goes to Fife or Dundee, and then they win on the road, and it's like, well, we traveled all this way to be here and support the guys, and we feel like throwing chocolate. What, right?
Yeah, won't know unless you give it a go, will you?
You wouldn't know, right?
Don't know unless you
What
give it a
like
go.
and like what are they gonna do? Kick you out? you leave it.
Exactly.
You're leaving anyways.
We're
So
leaving anyway.
just
There
think
was
of
a bit of a line brawl, wasn't there? Here, there's always fun when you come to Fife. There's one time Did you hear about the pint of beer that got tipped over our bench?
No, I didn't.
The fans are like directly behind the bench, and there's no plexi or anything.
They're right there.
And must be about 5 seasons ago, a fan decided to tip a pint of beer over the bench like that
On the fellas.
on the boys. Yeah.
So that
then he
wouldn't have
got
gone over
ejected.
well.
He got ejected from the arena, and he was outside in the car park, and I thought he was going to brick the windows on the bus. It all got very like volatile.
I say each arena has a different culture. Each arena has a different vibe. I brought it up before. The Fife Arena is a wild time.
And then there's the other time that Dane Byers skated to the wrong end at the end for the handshake. Because everywhere in the league, you always skate to
Your
away.
The away fans. Yeah, you go to your fans and give them like the tap, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
He went to their fans.
At Fife, they do it the other way round for some bizarre reason. So all the boys, Dane skated over first, followed by the rest of the boys, and then it's all kicked off, and there's been a big fight, and everyone's been like thrown out the game and stuff. But they didn't get man of the match or anything. They just got like sent out to the bus.
I still think that's hockey, though. Some of that stuff's just got to happen, though. That makes it entertaining and fun when stuff like that. People talk about that for weeks around that town, right? And it's like, if you go out there and everybody just plays hockey and leaves, nothing even memorable happens.
No, exactly. It's all part of the fun.
It is part of the fun, as long as I'm not getting beat up.
Yeah.
That is hockey. Well, I guess I should let you go so you can get into the match. Thank you so much for doing this, making the time, and showed me that bus. That is a fantastic thing you got there, and they got the right guy driving her to make it a hockey family and make the boys feel welcome, because those guys do move overseas. They're living in a different country, and they do need people to make them feel comfortable, and that all the fellas are hitting the town with you and inviting you to weddings. It shows you are running amok at your job, sir.
I can't believe that none of them have mentioned me before.
It hurts, doesn't it?
All the boys that had on it goes to show that the golden rule works. What happens on the Greggy bus stays on the Greggy bus. Because none of them have mentioned me.
That's right.
Or even Deese didn't mention me.
Oh, when he found out you're coming on, he let me know he knew you.
Did I?
Oh yeah, he enjoyed his time on the bus.
Devin Didiametti.
Deeds, I haven't talked to him in a while.
He's my main man.
He is a beauty, isn't he?
He is my main man. He's one of my first ever favorites.
I could see that.
He was hilarious on the bus.
It would have been on your bus then. I didn't know who he was. And he put out a tweet, and it was him singing a song or something with a funny voice. And it was on a bus after a game, and you guys had won a few games in a row. And I remember seeing this video going, who is this guy? This guy's a character, because that was funny.
The bus that I used to drive, it used to have a camera. This one's got a camera upstairs.
So you know what they're up to up there.
So you can see what's going on upstairs. So for safety, really. So if you have to brake sharply or something, you can check up, make sure no one stood up or whatever before you slam the brakes on.
But if you have to slam the brakes on, do you have time to see if someone's standing? You have to slam on the brakes.
Yeah, normally you have time to have a look, or you look every now and again anyway.
But then you still got to slam on the brakes at some point.
You check the camera at the same time, as much as you check the mirrors
to see what might be happening. I understand.
See what's happening upstairs. If anyone stood up or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure they're all like safe. And I looked up on the camera, and Deeds is just sat there like looking around like this out the window at the scenery going up to Scotland. 5 minutes later, I look up at the camera. He's playing air guitar with his headphones on, and I was raced up. And another time I walked up the back of the coach. The kitchen was at the back on that one. And I've gone upstairs, walked up to the kitchen at the back of the coach, and there's this big meatballs and spaghetti for a family of 8 in this massive like foil tray thing in the kitchen. And I'm like, who's this at? And Deeds sits like in front of the kitchen, and he went, oh, that's mine, Greggy. The big dogs have to eat. It's like for a family of 8. And he ate it all.
That's funny because the one guy asked me about what I was eating these days because I used to eat a lot, and I'm like, I hardly have to eat now. Like, I don't do anything. When we used to play hockey and skate around and stuff, like that was exhausting stuff. And you need to eat after.
Yeah.
I don't really do anything anymore. I don't really need to eat that much. Oh, but yeah, last night our practice, because of weather, we only had a few gals show up, and then same from the other team that we were splitting ice with, and it turned into a father, daughter, and other sibling hockey game. And I remember those games as a kid, and that our practice turned into doing that with the 5 dads against like 15 kids. It was a memorable night, and it's the hockey family, right?
That's what it's all about.
I didn't realize how exhausting hockey was, though, is what I was getting at. And I was hungry after that because I actually moved my body.
Yeah. Oh, Scoots has come back now.
What'd Scoots forget? He's got all the boys out for warm up. He's taking a breather.
That's the face off in a minute.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's right. It's face-off time. Well, I better get back to it. These kids seem restless. I better entertain some people.
Not jelly and ice cream.
Well, enjoy the match. Go Store.
I will.
Right? Go Devils too. Okay, sir. Great getting to know you. Enjoy the match and stay in touch. And let's do this again someday with some of the fellas.
Definitely.
All right, my man. Nice meeting you, and keep up the good work, and keep making hockey fun for the players.
I will.
And this has been another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Greggy and Wally.